Hi there, it's Sarah Santana, Move for Free Realty, and I am bringing to you a sample schedule for real estate. Obviously, I've just put some times in here, but you can change the times to fit your schedule and your needs, of course. It's just a sample, but this would be for new agents. A lot of agents wake up in the morning and what am I supposed to be doing? And this would be my suggestion of how your week should be going. I wanted to kind of go through it versus just sending it to you so that you could kind of understand what we're talking about here. So on Mondays, here would be a sample schedule. Do your Facebook, start your morning off with your Facebook updates. And let me tell you exactly what I would do with that. You know, our hot list comes out on Monday. So I would use the hot list as your Facebook. Remember, you take our hot list with all our fresh new listings and you turn it into a JPEG. And once you turn it into a JPEG, you can upload it to your Facebook, okay? Other than that, you can go to houselogic.com. Again, houselogic.com. It's free. You can use, register for an account, and you can use any of those articles for free. You can even go on the internet and find pictures that you like of pretty houses. House.com, HOUZZ.com is one of my favorite places to go because there is gorgeous, gorgeous pictures over, any category you want, kitchen, bathrooms, landscaping, and you could just take one of those and write a quick post. So again, this should take you only a few minutes, guys. 15 minutes is like more than enough time to get this completed. When you go on Facebook, you don't want to stay for long periods of time. Even if you go a couple times a day, that's okay, as long as you're doing it no more than a few minutes. The bad part about Facebook is a lot of times people get a little bit too addicted to it and they will end up using it on a regular basis, and that is a time waster. So you don't want to do that. Again, for business purposes, you want to use Facebook to your advantage to demonstrate that you're a professional. Because remember, the people on your Facebook page hopefully are your friends and your family and the people that you know. And the people that you know are the ones that'll refer you more than anybody else. But you have to demonstrate to them just as much as you have to demonstrate to a demonstrate to a stranger that you are a professional in real estate as well. And then, of course, they're going to bring you referrals after that. All right, after that, my suggestion would be to place a new ad somewhere. You can go to Craigslist. Craigslist has multiple uses that you can do. I mean, there's so many opportunities. You could post in the services, but I don't recommend that. I would definitely recommend posting in the houses for sale by broker section. You want to take a listing that we have that you think might generate a lot of leads, whether it be in a city that you want to work, whether it be just a new listing that you think is going to generate. Now, a lot of times people do the opposite of what they should be doing. They'll go for the most expensive listing because they're trying to attract the top buyers. And while I understand the theory behind that, you might want to go ahead and post two then, because the cheaper properties tend to bring in more leads. However, with that being said, if it is a property, no matter what price range it is, the lower it is on the comp side, the more leads it will bring in. So if somebody sees a good deal in their perception, they're going to be all over it. You know, if I pick out a $100,000 house that's overpriced versus a $600,000 house that's underpriced, I'm going to get more leads with the underpriced listing. So, if you really want to generate leads, you want to go for the ones that are a little bit on the lower side of the comps. That's how it works. Okay, so you can go to Craigslist. You can go, there's unlimited places to post online. You can even go to, if you have a website, hopefully you have a website. It's really important that you have a website. It wouldn't be the first thing that I would do as a new agent unless you've got the resources to do that. But if you're limited on funds, you're going to have to live with just the standard one that we have. And if you need one and you do not have one, you need to let us know. A lot of agents will not tell us, and then I don't end up knowing what you need. So you can go to Google and create a pay-per-click ad for some of these listings, and of course direct them to your website so you can try to capture the leads. There was an article I read lately that recently that said that you should always have two offers if you're going to do a Craigslist ad. So for example, I could say, now remember, don't give everything away on these ads. You just want to give them the basics. Don't even give them the city and state. I just do, you might not even want to do the address because you want them to call for you. I like to just put the address. I don't even bother to put the price because I want them to call me and ask me or go to my website and figure out what it is. So you could always say at the bottom, you post the picture. And remember, the subject line, go to Craigslist before you post and take a look at the subject lines. 123 Main Street is not going to be captivating. People don't click on those Craigslist ads. They click on the ones that say steal of a deal, will be gone quick as it's well priced, well, investors' dreams, priced well under comps. Find something catchy so that people want to click on it. Then just give them a tiny taste. Don't post 20 pictures. Okay, that's not the way you do it. You put one really amazing picture, and it doesn't have to be the front of the house. It could be the best picture in the house. And then you want to say, click on the link for more photos, price, and descriptions. I always used to put at the bottom of my ads, I always put for a free daily listings of houses for sale with prices, photos, and descriptions, click on the link here and sign up. Free daily listings. That one brought me in so much business. It's ridiculous. Again, internet leads typically convert lower. However, that's the point. You need to generate a lot of them in order to get some that work. So you've got to start doing this. So place your ads. My recommendation would be Craigslist. They're free. But like I said, pay-per-click works tremendously. Any type of other ad that you want to put out there. And if you have questions about ad space or anything like that, give me a call and I'll tell you whether or not I know it's good. All right. After that, you need to pick up the phone and you need to make your phone calls. There should be not a day of your business life that goes by that you're not making calls. If you're not making calls, your business will not last. I'm telling you this because it is the most important thing that you could do. Pick up the phone. Now, I am assuming at this point that you have a database. If you don't, you need to just stop this and work hard. Focus all your energy right now on getting your database somehow made. Okay? It's very, very important. Your database should be your SOI, again, your sphere of influence. So it's going to have your sphere, everybody you know in there. And I call them ABC calls because, again, depending on what day it is, you're going to call. If it's the first of the month, you're calling your A's. If it's the second month, you're calling your B's. If it's the third month, you're calling your C's. Fourth, okay, you get my point. Or if you have some other ritual in which you're doing it, the key is that it's a ritual. It is consistent. It is every day. I don't want you to call A, B, C, D's today. I want you to call just the A's today. And if you need to start with A's and it's the second of the month, it doesn't matter. Start somewhere. Just know that you called your A's yesterday. It's time to call your B's. And if you miss a day, it's okay. Go to your C's. Go to your D's. Make sure that you're getting these in. Okay? All you got to do is pick up the phone and call them. Hey, friend, how are you doing? I haven't talked to you in a while. How's life? How's the family? How's your work? Normally when you ask people how their work is, they typically respond back, and how's yours? Oh, I'm so glad you asked. I love real estate so much. The market is going, it's amazing. But I always like to take time to talk to people I haven't talked to in a while. And of course, if you have any real estate needs, of course I know you're not buying or selling, but maybe you just wanted to know a market update or anything. Hey, you can always give me a call. Those type of calls. And by the way, please don't forget, the best compliment I can receive is a referral from you, or I'm never too busy for your friends and family, or your referrals. Whatever you want to say, just make it your own, okay? I would suggest on Mondays you have lunch with your A-plus people. Who are your A-plus people? Your A-plus people are those who refer you on a regular basis. When somebody refers me, I always write a handwritten note right away. And, typically, whether it be a Starbucks card or something, because I always want to thank them for the referral. And when I'm noticing them giving me referrals on a regular basis, or maybe even if it's their first time, I like to go out to lunch with them or dinner those that refer me a lot, we do a lot more for them. So this is just something, my way of thanking them so much for what they do to support my business. I want to spend all my time and energy with those who support my business, those who help me. And by the way, guys, again, we don't want to turn into blood-sucking vampires. We're not calling people, begging them for business. We're calling to see how they're doing. We're calling to see if there's a need that we could meet. So, for example, when I call, if they say, yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I should go, to this country or this country for vacation, I could easily go to Google and say, compare these two countries, print out the printout and send it to them. Say, hey, I saw this and I thought of you. Hopefully, maybe this will help you. I mean, little stuff like that helps. Or if they tell you, yeah, my kids enjoy going to play golf now. Again, I could get a coupon from my entertainment book, which is my favorite thing to do, and for golf and send it along their way. You're looking for the need and you're going to fill it. Okay? And obviously that tips the scales in the favor of them wanting to reciprocate. If they don't, it's okay. I mean, I can't expect people to know, somebody every day that's buying or selling. So, I'm just there to fill the need. That's what I'm looking for. I want to help them in some way. And then the most important thing to let them know, because there are people who will naturally know. They're naturally connectors in life. They're natural at, help referring people. But there's others who are not. They don't think about that at all. And they're willing to help. We just have to let them know what we need from them. Like I said, you don't want to call them every day, harassing them and hounding them. I'm just calling to see if you know anybody in real estate. Don't do that. You will offend people so fast. Okay. Now, if you have buyers and sellers, at that point, you need to work on your transactional tasks. If you don't have any transactional tasks going on, maybe you could take this time to educate yourself. And because remember, you need to sharpen your skills, especially when you're new. If you don't have any buyers or sellers, take advantage of this opportunity to work on your business systems and your lead generation systems to get your follow-up plan in action. And of course, educate yourself. It's really important. And, focus on lead generation. So other than that, you could show homes. Now, guys, you don't have to have a client to look at houses. I like to do research in areas sometimes. So if I am looking for, homes, our clients, I should say, in Manassas, I might go check out the Manassas inventory. And I'll tell you why. Because then the next time I make my phone calls, I could say, hey, by the way, I was checking out these houses in Manassas. I found one that's a steal of a deal. You could post on Facebook that you found a house that was a steal of a deal. You'd love to show anybody who's looking to invest, this is the house for you. Love to take you. I saw it today. Or you could just say, just got done looking for houses. You don't have to post on Facebook you were looking with yourself, but you're just posting that you're looking at houses. Again, it's a nice, gentle reminder that you're in real estate. For me, I take the time to look for opportunities to tell people about. There are lots of sites online that will allow you to review homes. And the reviewing process is amazing because then you look like the professional in that area, the specialist in that area. So imagine if you looked at 6 homes just tonight, real quick, run in, run out. What you could do is go back to those reviewing sites, which I'm pretty sure Zillow does that, and Trulia. You can review the home. Once you do that, you got your name online. You got now a posting of homes in Manassas. So the cool thing is, now people see that you're looking at houses left and right in Manassas and reviewing them. What are they thinking? They're thinking you're the specialist in that area. So that's what I would do. All right, Tuesday. All right, we did Facebook on Monday. We're going to do Tuesday. We're going to do LinkedIn. Again, post something professional in real estate. Now, I want to warn you guys, don't do every single day something real estate related. People are going to start, blocking you and ignoring your posts. So it can't all be about real estate, but at least once a week you need to have something. This must be, again, your ritual, your habit very consistent, because the week that you stop posting about real estate is the week people are going to think you are like all the other realtors that they know and got a full-time job and don't take it seriously anymore. You're the part-time professional. Do you want to be that person? Do you want to hear, as I did many times, I didn't have people telling me this stuff when I got my license. And I can't tell you how many times I messed up by not following up with people, by not showing that I was a professional. I thought all I had to do was tell them once. Next thing you know, I'm hearing left and right of people buying and selling, and they didn't use me. Whose fault is that? It's mine. It's absolutely mine, 100%. And even to this day, there are people who will say their mother, who I met once or twice, used somebody else. And I'm like, oh my gosh, again, whose fault is it? Mine. Should have been on my follow-up list, but I didn't put them on there. So don't let it happen to you guys. Everyone you meet and you've got a decent relationship with, you should, and even if you don't, you made them at a party. All you got to do is tell them that you're interested, or not that you're interested, but that you have items of value is what Brian Buffini calls them. I just call them helpful information. It's a newsletter with helpful information on it. It's not all about real estate, but it's got some really cool articles in it. It's a newsletter I put together. Would you be interested in receiving it? Again, I've never had someone say no. They're not going to say no. And I prefer to send it to them, to their work. So I always say, do you have a business card? And I love to send it to their work because they could pass it around. All right. Tuesday, at that point, after your LinkedIn, you could do your for sale by owner research. Your for sale by owners. Guys, those people are begging for your help. They just don't even know it. And even if you don't list their house or list them as a full service, you could always do a limited service where you're just putting it on the market for $300 or $500 or $1,000, whatever you want to do, just to put it on the market. It's 10 minutes of your time, 15 minutes tops of your time, okay? Again, eat lunch with your A-plus clients. It's a quick little Panera, Starbucks coffee if you want to do coffee. Just do something quick. I like to go out to the people that I know. I like to go to their work, near their work, and I always try to get them to, hey, do you know if anybody in your office is pregnant or getting a divorce or complaining about the commute, will you invite them too, and I'll pay for their lunch. I just want you guys, let's go out, let's have fun, and I just want to be introduced to them. And at that point, I don't push my real estate down their throat. I just have lunch with them, introduce myself to them, and I always tell the person, thanks so much for coming with us. I asked, my friend here to invite somebody that I should meet, and thanks for coming. Tell me all about you. What do you do? What do you do at the office? Do you like working there? Oh, the commute's bad. Oh, tell me all about that. Those are the kind of things that we have, and you'd think it would be uncomfortable, but it's kind of crazy because the conversation just keeps on going as long as you're asking questions. They will just keep on going, and plus you'll have your friend there, the common source that will keep things going as well. It's not awkward. I promise. It sounds awkward, but it's not going to be. You're going to be fine with it. You just got to get outside of your comfort zone. And it's cool to meet new people. I like to meet new people. Again, I got my SOI ABC calls. So if I did A's yesterday, I got to do B's today. That's the way it works. You got to make your calls every day. There's no excuse, guys. You must make your phone calls every day. Not the same people. Remember, now we're on B's. Okay, after that, you could drop off your hot sheet at 3 different locations. Again, I always recommend your friends' offices, but don't do it every week, okay? You gotta space that one out, okay? Because they might get a little ticked off. But most of them don't care if you put it up in their bulletin board at the office. You can put it in apartment complexes. You could drop it off at restaurants that you eat. That's why we like to try to eat at small restaurants where we could get to know the people there. It's very helpful because once people start to get to know you, they will help you out. So that's the beautiful part. So you get to know the people at TD Bank. You get to know the people at apartment complexes, property managers. You need to get to know your lawyers, your doctors, your accountants. You really need to make good relationships with people. So then it's great because all you had to do is drop off your hot sheet or put it on their bulletin board. It's very helpful. It works, I promise. You could even, I had one girl that I know, she used to tape it up on bus stops. I mean, not supposed to do that, but hey, it worked for her. All right, at this point, we have done our FSBO research, and now we're going to make some visits. It's very important to just not make the phone calls or send letters out. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm going to put them on my newsletter list, but more importantly, I'm going to stop by and visit them. I know that you probably had a lot of realtors come by. I just wanted to offer you my service. That's all. And if, again, I understand you want to list it on your own and work for your commission, you don't want to pay somebody, I totally respect that. That's great. What I do is just put it on the MLS. And if you need me for anything else, I could certainly help you with that. But, I figured that this might really help you because it's going to get you the exposure that you need to sell your house. And, I mean, they're not going to be like, get out of my face, because you're not trying to list their home. You're telling them, hey, I appreciate the fact that you could do it on your own. I'm cool with that. I just am here to offer you a free, well, not free consultation really, but also, the fee for service, a flat fee. It's actually cheaper than Washington Post, and it feeds out to every single website in the entire area. They do it all the time. People, they pay for it all the time. Why not let them pay you? Of course, the only way they're going to do that is if you're there. Okay, they're not going to do it if you're not there. So show up. Wednesday, Facebook, something about me, something about you. Guys, Wednesday, you must do something about yourself. Why? Like I said, you can't make it all about real estate. If you do, people are not going to like you anymore. They're going to think you have no life other than real estate, and they're not going to like it. Also, believe it or not, people need to get to know you personally. So, and something I didn't put on here is adding people. This is really, really important. We need to add people. Add, uh, there should be at least one person or 5 a week. Add 5 people, to your database. And so don't forget to do your database and Facebook. So I like to add people to my Facebook, and this is very, very important, guys, because if you don't add people to your database, you're eventually going to call the same people over and over again, and it's no good. Okay? So, and again, adding them to Facebook. I always at first I thought it was a little bit stalkerish, but people don't seem to care. Why should they? You're asking them to be your friend. Why would I think that somebody would think I'm a stalker if I ask them to be my friend? Now I don't even care. Again, what they think about me is none of my business. I don't care. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to be doing, which is my sales and marketing of my own business. Because if I don't take care of my business, who's going to? If you don't take care of your business, who's going to? That's the key. All right. So you've got your FSBO visits. Something about you and your Facebook, okay? It could be just went bowling with the family. Just got back from Dave and Buster's. What an awesome. Post pictures of cool stuff. Whether it be your dog, whether it be things that you care about and like in your life. It's so important. It's so important to let the world know who you are, but at the same time, don't be too opinionated and don't be crazy. No curse words, no craziness, okay? Keep the opinions on the very low. I try to tell people, be diplomatic, okay? Just be diplomatic. It's best, okay? Next, we focused on FSBOs on Tuesday. We're going to focus on expireds today, Wednesday. Expireds are very, very big part of your real estate. Why? Because these people really wanted to sell and they couldn't. Again, you could knock on the doors, which is what I recommend. Or if you really want to, you can always call them, but don't leave a message. Speak to them and say, listen, are you still interested in selling your house? I could probably tell you in 10 minutes why your house didn't sell. Do you have 10 minutes? But truthfully, guys, they're overwhelmed with calls because more people send them letters, but then there's also a bunch of people who called. So be careful with your listings as well. Make sure you take the homeowner's number out so people can't call them after it goes under contract or if it's getting close to expiration. Take the phone numbers out so people can call them. But other than that, they'll go ahead and, call, and very, very few will actually stop by and visit. So take the time. Be there. Be proactive. If you want business, here's the way to do it. Stop by, knock on the door, and just say, I understand your house didn't sell today. Are you guys still interested in selling? If they say no, you say, okay, thank you for your time. If they say yes, I always go into them, why didn't your house sell? Why do you think your house didn't sell? Usually they complain about their realtor. Okay, fine. Let me listen. All right, next, don't forget those ABC calls. This could be dinner. Again, dinner, lunch, Starbucks, coffee, whatever, or any coffee joint. It could be dessert. It Make it quick, make it simple, make it fun, and just show them how much you appreciate them. So dinner with an A+ person. Hopefully you have A+ people. If not, you need to start working on building A+ people. Expired visits at the end of the day. The reason why I say the end of the day is because most are working. You might find some at home, but most of them are working. Here's where I added the 5 people. Add the 5 people. If you need to add 1 a day, great. You want to add 5 a week, that's great. You might even want to move this to the networking day, Thursday. Again, your schedule is going to shift every week. I would look for a BNI group. I would look for a meetup.com group. I would find a networking group that you can join and you can go to every single week. You want to join a different one. Of course, you want to still keep going to the same ones, but you'll find that some have a lot of realtors in it already. Those I might just go once, connect with the people, and I might kind of search for some groups without real estate agents. Not that it's bad to have other real estate agents, because sometimes they don't like other real estate agents. There's like I had a girl that said, I asked her, I said, so do you have a real estate agent that you know or would work with? And she said, well, I know one, my neighbor. And immediately my mind said, oh man, she's not gonna refer me or use me. And so I, of course, I followed. So she's the one you'd use. Oh no, no, no. This woman is so sloppy. I would never work with her. Glad I asked, right? Glad I asked. So just because there's other real estate agents isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just I might prefer to spend my time where my percentages of making a sale are higher. So that's where I would, again, if that's all you have for right now, that's all you have for right now. Other than that, I again would find one that didn't have one. BNI, great groups, but there's a cost to that. Meetups don't usually have a. You guys can create your own business mixers where you're mixing, inviting investors. We have an office that you can use. All you got to do is schedule it, okay? After that, you need to work 1 hour on your newsletter. By the end of the month, you should have put in 4 to 5 hours, and at that point, you should be ready to drop them. So 1 hour. Again, do your A+ lunches. Make sure you go grocery shopping. So you got to fit some time in for yourself. And, of course, you've got to do your ABC calls. Once again, your ABC calls. Go to your database. If we did A's and B's, now we're on C's. Okay, make your phone calls. And then there's a LinkedIn update. So make a quick LinkedIn update. I don't do a lot about me on LinkedIn because it's a professional website. So I totally understand why, um, you know, it's all business there. So again, house.com is good for this. Or you could just say, hey, if anybody knows anybody who would be interested in one of our new listings, I'd love, or if you have a friend, because you should be LinkedIn friend request. I don't know what you call them on there, connection request. Everybody. It gives you lists and lists of people. Just connect with all of them. And then you could just throw your listings out there and all of the listings out there to see if you can get someone from LinkedIn that's interested in it. And by the way, I've gotten business from LinkedIn. By the way, I've gotten a lot of business from Facebook. It works, or else I wouldn't be telling you to waste your time with it. Friday, Facebook responds to others. So this is another strategy that I have. Again, once a week it's about real estate. Once a week it's about you, just something about your personality. And like, happy spring, guys. I'm so excited spring is here. I mean, that's very positive and very exciting. And the last one, like I said, with Facebook is to respond to others. Happy birthday. You could, I like to click like if I like their pictures. Or if they say they're having a bad day, hey, I'm really sorry you're having a bad day. Remember, I'm always here for you if you need anything. And that might be a clue to give them a pop by. Maybe you can bring them some chocolate and, or coffee and say, hey, you want to go out to coffee? Because they're having a bad day. And maybe we could turn this day around. That's how you be a true friend. All right, SOI calls, again, your ABCs. 1 hour on your farm mailing. Guys, if you got to pick a farm, don't pick the Great Falls farm unless you're living in Great Falls, please. Most agents make this mistake once again. Don't do it. Or you could focus, it could be like a farm mailing could be, usually it's a neighborhood. So I guess we won't get too technical here, but you could also have a niche marketing. So if you get lists of people in a niche, you could do that as well. But for starters, maybe you should just pick a neighborhood and stick with it. And again, your farm mailings should be the newsletters. It should be the hot sheet. You could always send those out. People in the neighborhood love to hear about homes that have recently sold in their neighborhood. They love it. So if you want to do, like, you pick a neighborhood and you do the recent actives, the recent solds, under contracts, what they are, send it to them with your card. Tell them if they're interested in a more detailed CMA on their own particular house, they give you a call and you'll be there for free. Free consultation. It works very well. All right, current buyers to make call your current buyers to make their weekend showings. I always do that on Friday. Just that's what I do. I pick up the phone, call all my current buyers. Hey, current buyers, what can I do to, what are you looking for? Hopefully, I already know what they're looking for. I found 3 that met your needs. What time this weekend? What can I do to shift my schedule around to make sure that I'm available for you? You tell me what time you need me. That's really what my call is about. And then I would also suggest on Friday, and again, you guys can change these dates around. It doesn't really matter, but you really should get all of this stuff in on a weekly basis. Find 3 more places to put your hot sheets, whether it be 3 more friends that will let you, whether it be a person who's got an intranet site at their office, whether it be a new set of apartment complexes that you can tape it up to, whether it be a new restaurant owner that you get to know that will let you put your newsletters and your hot list there. It could be the gym. It could be anything. Stop by and find 3 more places. If you do this on a weekly basis, you'll have 15, 20, 30 places that you could just pop by real quick on Saturday morning or Monday morning and drop them all off. I mean, wouldn't that be just so amazing? It's just, this is the way you get yourself out there. Okay, guys, hopefully weekends will be your showings. That's the goal. And of course, you should be doing open houses on the weekend. I typically do all my business on the weekends, so that leaves Monday or Tuesday or whatever day. If you want to take off Tuesdays and Thursdays, that could be your weekend. And then make sure that you're available on Saturdays and Sundays, because you will be working Saturdays and Sundays. This is a sample. I hope it helps you guys. I really want you to succeed, and I'm trying to do everything I can to do that for you. You tell me what you need more help with, and I'm here, okay? Thanks, guys. Sarah Santa Ana. I'm out.